Good morning. Namaskar. Suraj Singh, civil engineer, Bharat, Faridabad. Routine talk regarding our nation, other nations. I was just thinking about in this country, our beautiful Bharat, India, SSSDR, so sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, Bharat, India. Why we people, particularly so-called Hindus and Muslims, have earned enmity for so many decades. What was reason behind that? And what is reason behind that? It pushed me a thought. Why we did all this? After all, some communities Hindu, some communities Muslim. Communities are there, other communities too are there. But why do we have earned? Why have we earned enmity towards each other? What has been cause, historical cause, another cause? We may say that in 1947 there was migration from our country to Pakistan and from Pakistan to our country that could generate certain kind of you can say enmity because of certain civil war type activities or you can say mishappenings that took place that time. People were killed, each other's side people were killed, and Muslims were killed and Hindus were killed, and this happened because of mob or because of you can say country was partitioned, Bharat was partitioned, and you can some kind of you can say energy that led to this enmity could happen. That can be justified. Just there was some problem. That is only you can say effective 1947. Leave that period aside. That we know. It is seen, it is known to everybody that people fought with each other due to anger that why your country has been divided. But if you go back thousands years of our independence, previous period, independence period, why we are against each other, particularly so-called Hindus or you can say people those who believe in Sanatan or who believe in Vedas, etc. Why our community, I mean to say, why so-called the Sanatan and these Muslims have turned enemies to each other? What are root causes? Have you ever examined or tried to find or search where is that mistake which led to this so-called severe degree of misunderstanding, enmity, or jealousy, or you can say considering cannot see each other? It's a big question. Did some historian work on it? Did some political party work on this? Or we as society, intellectuals work on this? Who did this contribution? I don't find any answer. Wherever you see, if you go to Google, if you go to some books, if you think yourself, if you talk to some community people, you shall not find answer. I don't know why Sanatan people or why these Muslims have so much grudge before independence. What is reason? As an intellectual, as a professional, as a responsible citizen, it is my duty to at least know, but I don't know. When I was kid or we were not so matured, we used to accept whatever was told, whatever information we received. We always say Muslims are very bad, and some say Hindus are very bad, this and that, these are bad people, and these are bad people. Is that kind of transmission of communication good for society? Why they are arguing? Why they are okay? They are Muslims. It's something else, and we are not Muslims. That's also something else. But question is, why to think to a level where kill each other? We don't want to see faces of those each other. Why? There was one party, certain association, let us say RSS, let us say Vishwa Hindu Parishad, let us say BJP, let us say Jansan. These groups, Hindu Mahasabha, etc., so-called right-wing groups, these people created a kind of illusion, a kind of delusion among people, among Hindus, so-called Hindus people, that these Muslims are our enemies, these Muslims destroyed our temples, these Muslims constructed mosques on them. I think since I was born, since I just try to understand from my childhood, I have been hearing nonsense, such kind of nonsense. And unfortunately, our society in India, in Bharat, is very normal in behavior and conduct, bringing in use no intellectual status, no intellectual degree of consideration, and just they trust on hearsay. What I told someone, other person accept, even though it is wrong. It is misinformation. Nobody tries to analyze or to get evidence on that or feedback on that, whether or not that information is reliable. Well, we can say it's our innocence that we trust each other. It's a high degree of trust among people of society that makes you force accept this, or there's a domination of people who tell you yes, you have to trust me, and person to whom I'm giving information, that person thinks this person is responsible, this person is elder in society, and I have to accept what this man says. Okay, fine, that is regard each other. Even then question is, if that information harms my nature, harms my interest, it harms society, what is use of that information? If is based on no evidence, is based on justification, and you say yes, you accept this. Why I am talking this? After all, there have been migrations from one country to other country in past. It happened everywhere. In our country, now we are. Before that, British were there. Before that, Mughal were there. And before that, you can say Aryans were there. And before that, maybe someone else. I don't know about that. But I could understand so far is this. We are original now. We can say we are citizen of this country since 1947. And before that, 1.5 century was ruled by British regime. They were not our people. Means Bharat people, they came from England. Before that, people say that they are Mughals. They also, Mughals means people who came from Iran or so-called Baghdad or some, wherever they came from. They came from, you say they were invaders. We agree with that. British were invaders and these were also invaders. They ruled here for many centuries. Of course, they were our enemies because they ruled us. British people also were our enemy as well as they were our enemies. And before that, people rarely talk before that because before that also people came. Pre-Mughal. Who are they? We never talk of them. Very little talk. And even if I information on Google or somewhere else or refer some books, you'll find confusing information, confusing articles from which you can never find reliable information. They talk of DNA of Aryans and DNA of Dravidians. So much confusion exists there. Mix up, complete mix up. No problem for that. It is said that that time Aryans invaded. What are Aryans? Aryans came, it's supposed, man, I know evidence. I got so many videos, I got some information, and I just got a conclusive information that certain people from Iraq, from Iran, from you can say Turkey, and from some part of Russia, all that, these people arrived, and majority of them were from so-called Iraq and so-called Iran now. And maybe that time. And I got some video from some Arabic, very high profile scholar who explained the video that Iraq and Iran are two words. And if it's the shortest form, there's two words from this side and two words from end of other words. I mean, you take Iraq, two words, and Iran, last two words, it becomes Aryan, Aryan. So this combination of two words leads to term Aryan. Though in Sanskrit, Aryan is different. It's a light society. That's another one. I'm not talking about that one. I am not talking about Ramayana says, what Sanskrit says, what's in there. I am talking about migratory birds. These migratory birds, migratory Aryans, they invaded whole land of this country is originally expected. Maybe they previously migrated, I'm not sure about that. But they migrated or not migrated, irrespective of that. This was called Dravidian land, Dravidian society. And who are Dravidians? Dravidians means whole of south part of this country, Kerala plus Tamil Nadu plus Andhra Pradesh or Telangana now plus Karnataka. All these are said to be Dravidians. And of course, other countries, Sri Lanka. You may say, remaining part now is not Dravidian, but it was. It was before. These people, you can say, these Dravidians and those who invaded Aryans had different type of culture, different type of language, different type of thoughts process, and physique, color. Well, long history could be there. There may be some fighting. These people came from there. Means these were not original Bharatvasis. These are Aryans. Iran, Iraq, you can think what type of sort of culture they had, what sort of language they had, and what sort of faith could they have. Means they, of course, were not originally so-called Hindus or Sanatans. When they came here, they saw that they could convert here for getting certain religious benefits, and they could have been converted to Sanatans or created Sanatan, because Sanatan is also no religion. It's no faith in Dharma. Dharma is Dharma. There is no Sanatan, there is no Arya, nothing. It's all imagination. There is only one and one name, and that's Dharma, 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 and opposite Adharma, Adharma, Adharma. Dharma means positive, Adharma means which is not acceptable, Dharma means which is acceptable. Well, I'm talking a professional way, so I'm just referring to what's that. Then, my question again comes, from where so-called Hindus or Sanatan versus so-called Muslims, friction between two erupted, started at the start of eruption. From where? From which location? Nobody knows. No one knows. Unfortunately, they say we are enemies. They say you are wrong in this sense, you are wrong. They just try to compare the culture of two, but they don't accept to. Of course, they're same society. Muslims now, they are not invaders. Invaders are left, they are no here. They are gone. They, of course, could convert some people. They have converted some. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Either these were converted from Sanatan or from Hindu so-called and to now Muslim. No problem to me. After all, it is faith, it is belief. If I believe Ram, I can believe Ram. If I believe Allah, I can believe Allah. If I believe Jesus, it's my choice. It doesn't make a difference to my health. It doesn't make a difference to my conscience. It doesn't depend on nature. It doesn't make a difference to God itself, because God never played. No God in our records proclaim that this God is Christian or this God is this God is Hindu. They never claim as such. Only we appoint them. We appoint them, you are Shiva, we appoint them, you are Brahma, we appoint them, you are Mata, we appoint them, you are Allah, we appoint. It is our understanding. It's not God's certification or it's not God's mandate. You have to call me as such. This is basics, which we don't, we always claim that you are this and I am that. But we never say what that power, which power manufactured me, what it mandates. We never try to understand that. This is common. So, my question is same. If people converted to Muslim many centuries back in this country, even more than a millennium, they converted, agreed. But why they converted and why they started with our enemy? Yes, you may say because we were Sanatan and they converted to Islam, therefore we are angry. You are angry, but you are not angry that you came from other areas out of this country. You came from Iran or Iraq or Turkey or and. Why did you come? What was your problem here? You're not talking of that. Don't talk of that. Why? If you talk about someone else, if you talk about you also. If they are invaders, you too are invaders. You are not original people, and DNA has proved that. DNA has proved that Dravidians original DNA of original DNA of Dravidians and DNA of these people, Aryans, never match. Harappan excavations has told that. This is evidently now. Where we started amity, fortunately, this case has come up, Ayodhya case in Supreme Court. It has delivered justice or not justice, but case has been adjudicated. Very fine, but we have to go back again. How much time certain party, certain association like RSS, party like BJP, party like Jan Sangh, VHP, how much time of public they wasted in intensifying hate between communities? We have no record. For many decades, more than a century, this friction has been going on. This party kept informing people that these people, these Muslim people, are Babar, so-called Mughal people, Mughal king. He destroyed one building, Ram birthplace, and Ram temple was destroyed, and they constructed on that Babri Masjid. This is claimed, has been claimed for more than many decades. And we used to believe that for many decades. Because we never asked for any evidence, never and never. This is our character. This is our mild approach. Means we do not reach this place, we reach up to here and believe. If we reach this place, we are called genius people, professional people. Never ask this. Crores and crores people did not ask this. We believed. We trusted them. And this negative information, this bad information, dissemination of information led us to assume that whatever these people state is right. They always say, these people, particularly those migrated from Pakistan in 1947, and those, of course, here, crores of people were demoralized, were misinformed that these people destroyed all temples in this country, these Mughals. But nobody claims, nobody gives any evidence. So far, not even a single evidence has been submitted, has been projected that can claim, that can maintain, or that can speak. Yes, there was destruction, there was breaking of, there was destruction of, you can say demolition of so many temples in this country. This was biggest case in history of this country, Babri Masjid Ram Mandir case. It has been adjudicated now, but Supreme Court announced that no evidence exists that there was a building of Ram which was demolished. If this evidence is not available for this building, and you claim thousands and thousands of temples were destroyed, where is evidence? You just believe that whatever you say is word of God. You should believe. You could not prove in court that there was a temple destroyed by Baba or whosoever built that mosque or structure. This means you just made crores people for many decades to believe that there was a temple which was demolished and mosque was constructed. You made people believe successfully, and They relied upon your statement about your information and claimed that. But you have failed to prove it. This means that whatever you disseminated, whatever you informed for decades and decades, that were all lies, all fake, all false. Now people have to realize that. Other than Bharat-Pakistan partition, where the problem exists that both communities should start fighting with each other, criminalizing both and considering you are my enemy and I am your enemy. Where is that? Supreme Court also announced that there was installation of idols illegal and demolition of this building illegal. Well, Supreme Court adjudicated. What can I do? This means evidence are speaking that. This means all information provided by those people were wrong first of all. No destruction of temple, and they acted against system. They acted against law in 1949, and then they demolished in 92. This means they are used to do all kinds of bad acts, illegal acts. This means information that temples were downed by Mughals is also in same category. We cannot trust their information, their statements. But using that concept to keep the public misguided for decades, they got political promotion. They got promotion so that they reached the top of government offices of prime minister in this country and president in this country. They got successful. This means they use this information as a golden and diamond ladder to reach and to ascend these offices. Otherwise, based on their capabilities, based on their proficiency, based on expertise, they would never have arrived to that destination. So this destination was designed to be executed by this fake information. This is very dangerous. Means by such information, one community is saying that you destructed my buildings, my religious building. It of course creates a hate among people, and gradually this hate was, you can say, augmented, and it set fire in the society, social minds of people and hearts of people, and they just intensified thinking, Muslims, you are our enemies, we cannot see your faces. That kind of contemplation was designed and created by these people. These radical Hindus, RSS, BJP, Janasangh, and whatever they are, means for sake of power, you use religion, you use people's faith, you use people's sentiments, and you claim that you are Hindus responsible. You are representative of this community. You claim that. But what did you achieve? Judgment came from Supreme Court. It's not you are not party there. Of course, people understand, people feel that there was indirect pressure from government. People feel that, and I also feel on Supreme Court, and Supreme Court bowed down. We understand that. We feel that, and they delivered this kind of judgment. But you are nowhere there. This means you still have not resolved that. Court resolved that. You have no credit to resolve it. Forget Congress. I'm not talking Congress. This is rubbish party. I'm talking super rubbish parties. This BJP. BJP has not achieved anything. They just achieved power. Because of this issue, all processions, all halla all vices from Advani to now have gone in vain. They're all misleads. Rath Yatra, this Yatra, that Yatra, Kar Seva, that Seva, this Seva, that Seva, all continuity of staging of dramas continued for decades, and our minds were polluted by these people. We stopped thinking about our governance. We stop thinking what sort of people should have in government, what sort of these leaders should be. Oh, this is only party that take care of that take care interests of one community, non-Muslim community, or can say Vedic community or Hindu community, so-called Hindu community. Brains were freezed, seized, put in wires, and these people got into top offices and still are there without contribution of national development or religious development. If God has to decide everything, if God had to do everything, why you are crying? Why you are bombarding public? So bombardment, mind bombardment, misinformation bombardment. You made North, of course, particularly North states fool by your dissemination of information. Court asks very important question that 1857 to remaining time, there's evidence of namaz performance, prayer of Muslims performance. But there is no evidence from 1528 to 1857. It's very big question, very bombarding question, but this was not required to be raised by court because this is an intelligent question, and court and honorable judges are anticipated, are understood, are understood to be very brilliant people, very knowledgeable people. 1528 to 1857, 328 years or whatever it is, 29 years. Who ruled this country? It was ruled by Mughals. In 1857, their regime just, you can say, completely diminished. In this period, they were ruled by Mughals or you can say invaders. And you may say that in those times, if you think that place was not used for namaz, it is a childish question. It was Mughal time. It's impossible to was used. You had to assume it was not, you can say, Sanatan time or British time. It's time by Mughal rulers. So namaz must be normal. And when their rule expired, they were depressed. Oh, our rule is gone. We have been now not in power. This building was used for namaz. Internal, as called internal. But about external, no, I say it is just misinterpretation. This was under those people, Mughals or Muslims, internal as well, and these people, our brothers or sisters of Hindu religion, so-called Hindu religion, they might want to pray somewhere there. So of course now Muslims have gone and Mughals have gone. No problem, you come. We don't object. If you come here, sit and pray. No problem. Take this portion and pray. Put your diva or your arti or whatever you want. Do it. This kind of a consent agreement executed. But that criteria, that you can say mild approach of those people, Mughal Muslim, has been extracted to be a claim. They started claiming this our post. This was a kind of very, very complicated approach of society. If happens sometimes, suppose I have a building and I'm using that, so I want to use this area for something. Can I use? Okay, you're my neighbor, use it, no problem. I won't say no. We want to give it diva, they keep it, or some we want to do some light here to light, or we want to sit there for chanting, bhajan music. Does this means that this place belongs to him, that person to whom I permitted? No, it's not that. It's my digestion, my you can say host arrangement. I'm host. Come on, please do it. No problem. As we say in our language, oh, it's your, my dear. It's not mine. Even though house is mine, I would say some guest come. So it's yours. It's your house. No problem. We say in our respecting regarding attitude. This is our culture. In Bharat, we say like that. अरे साहब आप ही का है. We say like that. It's gutsy. But British won't say that. Americans won't say that. Their culture is different. Our culture is your house, your room, your tea, everything, your son, your daughter. It's a mild approach of our culture. But it was taken differently because these people were invaders. That mild approach had been miscalculated. Why these people failed to prove that building was demolished? Why they failed to prove that existing temple was there? They could not even prove anything. They proved nothing. They could not even prove that before this mosque there was a building. They could not prove that it was demolished by Baba or by whosoever was there. They only say Babar is a name which you don't like. Don't like. It is a fact of life. He was there. But mosque is not Babar's mosque. Mosque is mosque. Just like a temple is temple. Why don't you understand this was a mosque or no mosque was a building? It was not constructed as you have stated, as you have claimed. This means you just fabricated all this information to mislead society. It just misleads society, divides society. There is no route in this country where we can start saying, yes, Mughals came, I understand. They were invaders. On that basis, you may say, then British also came. We are not talking of them. And before Mughals, you came. Other societies not about you. Dravidians are not talking, you were invaders. You were also invaders. I mean to say, this Brahmanism that is existing in today's society, I'm not talking of Rishi Munis. Just differentiate between two. In our Vedas or in our Dharma, there is no place for Pandits. There's no place for Pandits. Remember, I can argue with anybody. Dharma never provides any designation as Pandit. If it so provides, it provides designations of rishis, not Pandits, not Brahmins. No, Brahmin name has been abused from Brahma, which is abuse, which is extraction for personal use. If you are Pandit means you are Rishi, you should be Rishi. But you are not. You are just self-appointed Pandits and self-appointed Pujaris. Yours representing that we are from Brahma, we are from, that is all misname. You are not. It is your commerce. It is your business. Brahmin is a businessman. You are Brahmin, you are businessman, and you are selling your product of fake information, misleading information. You are representing your information that you are representing God. No, you are not. It's a commerce, like political parties are commercial political. This industry is commercial, political industry. Same way you are commercial. Then where did you fight with these people? Or where did they fight with you? There's no historical record. My question is why did this amity between these two sections of society start? Where? Nobody can answer. No one. Because they themselves are from that society. They were themselves from that society. They came from those areas which in particular had the root of that society. That's why they wanted to have a separate status and they did all that. I am unable to find any origin where this, you can say, evil thinking started to grow. I could not find that. I tried to search all websites, all are fake, all are misleading. Every website has been done because of their interest to you solve their problems, not for national. That's what I am talking about. Particularly, this case has generated many questions rather than answering petition questions. Again, I am telling, this case has confirmed that there was no Ram temple before this building was erected. There is a gap of 329 years which could not be answered by court what was there. But court overlooked that this was Mughal era and there is no question of that no namaz was offered there. So it was Mughal era. You may say Muslim era indirectly. So namaz must have been done. Rather could assume that prayers of Hindu people might be there. All might be there or faith of there. Court has taken certain decisions. Well, I'm not going to those decisions immediately now, but court has confirmed that building was not there. There was no demolition. This means this lie has been confirmed. This lie of this community, this so-called Brahmin community, has been exposed. That this building was destroyed and this was acted on that. It means they said the superimposition of this superstructure of this building on foundation of the temple, which has been proved wrong. Then, court also confirmed that in 1949, idols of Bhagwan Ram were installed there, sanctified there, and that was illegal. So this is also a criminal act these people did. And in 92, even after protection of religious buildings, religious places was passed by parliament, and these people submitted affidavit in court that we will not harm this building, but they did it and blamed public. So there are 3 points of very important consideration, that these people just brainwashed public by spreading false information, by disseminating information according to their designs, and misled all community, crores of people in this country, spoiled minds of youth, spoiled minds of boys and girls, spoiled minds of people, had senior people, veteran people, and mature people, and they have reached their destiny, that is government of Bharat, Bharat Sarkar. They reached there, which was their initial destiny, and still they are there. I don't mind that, that's something else. But we have to consider, after all, what achievement we have got except illusion. Why these people fail to prove in court what they said. This means they are liars, they are misleaders, they are criminals, they are society destructive elements, they are, you can say, anti-social elements, they are, you can say, anti-national elements. In all, when you are acting against interests of whole society of this country, you can be called anti-nationals, and that becomes justified because you misled society. You pull back society to ancient times without any use. You just create a friction among two sections of society without any evidence, without any proof, and till today you are full of hatred with the society. What is further result? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how this friction between these two societies is still moving. Yes, I'm just separating 1947 because that was different issue. But before that, where is that issue that we have to be enemy of each other? This case has, of course, educated something, but this case has also given room to more questions. Who is right? Who is wrong? Why secular status was adopted by our leaders? Only because of this, that they knew these people are of this nature. They are liars, they are misleaders, they are fake news distributors, and their business is just to grab power because they were sometimes invaders. They are not interested in service this country. service in this country, but to have your own service of power. This could be consideration. So our forefathers, who framed constitution, who did everything, they had a long vision about that could happen because they experienced all this. They had experienced their forefathers' experience. Those who framed constitution, if you go back one more generation and one generation up to grandfather of those, they experienced everything that what sort of people are they. And for that, secular status was admitted, probably, but I understand, so that our future remains harmonious. But it did not remain because these people were part of our society. We are unable to find why we are enemy to each other. And Muslims should be very happy that black mark on their faces which these people picked. These so-called invader Hindus, whatever they used to say, you did this, this was our building, this was our temple, you destroyed this, that black mark which existed there for centuries, for more than 4 centuries. That black mark has disappeared because of this judgment. This is very big achievement that Muslims have been absolved of that so-called assumed crime, and they did not do this. This was a design, and that in their building, in Muslims building mosque, these people installed idols of Bhagwan Ram. This means these people can intrude this way, and this intuition justifies that they intruded this country also. Justifies that. And they don't fear Ram. Certainly, for them, Ram is a commodity. Ram is a statue, an idol. They can use that for business. They have used. They never believe in Ram. They never value Ram because they used Ram. Ram cannot be used because Ram is God. We worship Ram. We regard, we can die for Ram. But these people use Ram for their business of politics, for disseminating information. They took Ram idols and installed there illegally. You are installing God illegally. What a shame. I can't digest that. Can you digest? And then they installed Ram there. And this means they said that if Ram is there, this is the house of Ram then. If Ram is there, it's house of Ram. And then you demolish that. Means what sort of character do you have? My question is that. See, we have to analyze like this because we are educated community. If you cannot analyze like this, there is no use of my mind, and it's just like a stone, nothing else. Bhusa, you can mind me is full of bhusa. We have to analyze. God has given us capacity to analyze. Why should I hate them? My consideration, my question is that. Where is that point we started fighting together like two brothers? And if we find, suppose I am successful in finding that location and criteria based on we are enemies to each other, we are converted to a degree of enmity, we have to try to eliminate that point. That is the reason we have to see, but I am unable to find that. If it was only point of partition, it would be different. I should stop there at 1947. But you go back because this has been coming up. This case has been there for many, more than 100 years. Then we have to go back. And it is proved now. What they said was false. What they said, because of that statement, they reached parliament. They reached government. And now they are ruling this nation everywhere based on fake considerations, based on falsehood, based on their bad character. I can openly say they are bad character people. They are society spoilers. This is proved now, no needs of explanation. Why should we not worry then? Do you think it's not a point of worry? They spoil our youth. They spoil our young boys and girls thinking that we wanted. Our boys and girls now they don't trust what books say. They don't trust what's fact. They trust. I was talking to my sister's son. So what happened if court has given this order? This is very good order because these people have destroyed our temples. No evidence, just belief. They destroyed our temples. What is what our young boy thinks? What do they think? If somebody tells you something, you accept that. You don't use your mind. Don't see what history is or facts are. We are not looking at that because they trust. Oh, Muslims are bad. They spoiled our temples. They spoiled our ladies. They looted us and that. Whatever you inform them, you believe because they trust you, and you. This is called breach of trust. So these people all, in fact, are criminals. Though they cannot be punished on that, but natural criminals by my consideration because they misled our society. They misled whole nation. So for me, they are bad character people, I should say. You may criticize that, I don't mind that. I am just analyzing, doing my duty to see what is right, what is wrong, and sharing with you. If you accept it or don't accept, that's not my outlook. You can raise question, I can answer. But it is not my responsibility to make you accept. My job is to speak based on my thinking, and I'm doing that. I'm not talking any politics in this case because politics has no place here. Neither Congress party is involved, nor BJP is involved, nor someone RSS is involved, nor VHP is involved. I mean to say, nor someone else is involved. Those are involved are Hindus and Muslims and nobody else. This adjudication has come to both communities. Consideration of questions were very good by court. Extraction of questions very good. Analysis done was very good. Everything was very fine. Court is admired for that. But court ignored so many things when it applied to adjudicate. That is a question. And that is a different question. I mean to say, court did not consider incomprehension what should have been considered. This now that community has to see. But my point is different. My point is why then we are fighting together for centuries? Why have we been fighting? Why we have grudged with each other for centuries when there is no need as such? Okay, they converted to Muslim, that is different. That is their right. But being a citizen of this country, they should be treated differently or this way. Whatever respect I get being this country citizen, they should have same respect. But we consider them second. I am Muslim. Someone is Muslim. What's wrong with that? And what is better if you're Hindu? What's difference? Tell me. There is only difference in way of worship and nothing else. In our country, Hindus and Muslims have only one difference that these people used to go to temples in those days when they were not Muslims. Later on, they converted and used to go to mosque, and that's all. If you see culture, it is same. If you see their conduct, it is same. If they are their other, you can compare whatever you say. Nothing has changed. Of course, there's maybe dressing sense. That's nothing is personal. Worship only is different. Then why do we think that we have to fight with them or they have to fight with us? There's no reason as such. I think there is no reason, and whatever was there should have gone now. Because Hindus have been proved that they are wrong. Hindus have been proved by this judgment that they are wrong. They were criminals. They acted against what should have been done. Baba did it, or Baba didn't, least bother about that. Name of mosque is Baba, I least bother about that. Because Muslims say, whatever name you put, it doesn't make a difference because mosque is not house of that person who built it. Like we say, temple is not house of that person who built it. Though Birla temple is there, name is Birla, but it has nothing to do with Birla, but it's temple. Temple is temple, it's public property until it is in your home. If it is in public, it's public property, it's public power. Nobody can stop you to go to temple if it's public temple. If it's your own house temple, you are all right on that. So, if a mosque is named Babar, it doesn't mean anything. You can put any name. One person, one lawyer, this Jigilani said, you can change name and write Ram Mosque or Christian Mosque, we don't mind that. So, why friction? Is there some reason left now that Hindus should think Muslims are wrong and Muslims should think Hindus are wrong? You are calling them with every bad name. Come. Means you spoiled people of this country to so highest level that it is very difficult for them to reconcile. And this is really very, very dangerous situation. We have come to. Believe me, ask these people. We used to say we build temple. They used to say we will build temple. Under what authority they used to say? They did nothing. They did nothing at all. It's judge. It's court. That is ordering. And they never did anything. Of course they abused it and won votes. What was meaning of the Rath Yatra? Tell me now, Advani can tell me. What was meaning of that? No, Atal Saab is not in this world, forget them. What Advani had, you can say, what Advani had decided that he will achieve by Rath Yatra, what this Kar Sevak did was right. We have to raise these questions from history which we know. They have to answer. They cannot avoid. Of course, cases they decided, but they are not case. They have to answer. They have to answer us. Why did they mislead us when they were not in any right so to do? They were not able to decide. They were just speaking whatever they said, criticize or whatever they said, only designs. What was their power? We always say we will construct there. How could they construct there if it was in hands of Supreme Court? They bluffed. Of course they bluffed. Should we not consider them bluffers? Should we not consider them liars? Those people who regard, who honor, who worship our Gandhi's killer, what do you expect from them? What do you expect them from? Do you expect some positive thoughts from them? Not at all. I am just trying to share with you that many wrongs have been done in past under our approval, under public acceptance. Those wrongs require to be analyzed. And because those criminals are in power now, they are governing us. They must be taught lessons. I am not supporting anybody. I am not with Congress. I am not with anybody else because I don't respect those. But a criminal must be prosecuted. Must be prosecuted. It's not because of Ram Temple, because they lied. They spread fake information. They played with our sentiments. They played with our lives. Thousands of people killed, lost their lives because of these people. Thousands of people lost their lives. You spoiled our youth generation because you wanted to use them. You used our sentiments, used our emotions, used our generation, you used this politics everywhere, and just you reached powers. That's all. That's all, and that's all. I hate such conduct because you were not capable. You did something you are not worth. Used religion only, used Bhagwan Ram only, just for your power centers. Just for your power centers. Sorry, your very low profile mind, your very low profile status, and you did not stop there. Okay, 1947 happened, mob wars happened, something happened, that is different story. That happens if one country breaks into two and people feel fighting each other, that is something else. It's not community fighting, it is fighting of many other thoughts. But here, in this case, a history has been created. This case has led to many other points. Muslims have been cleared of their whatever bad reputation was created for them. They have come out clean. Believe me, accept it. Muslim community has come out clean. Of course, they have been divided of their right. That is different. Means they should have been given this portion of this masjid. But court has decided something else for them. That is they have to see now. I'm not going to interfere in that. This is between Muslims and court what they do. But they have been declared clean. And those who oppose them have been declared criminals. Criminals without prosecution, criminals without punishment. They must be awarded punishment, but court did not take into consideration that point and leave it. Left it. But society exists. Now they can't claim that they are clean. They can't claim that. But Muslims can claim that. See, we were given this mark for centuries and we were not worth that. We were clear people. What a difference has come in. A society that was considered terrorist people, that was considered butchers, they have very good society now. Like code declared. And you, who were considered themselves Pandit, Brahmins, they have been considered criminals. What a reversal! A spiritual reversal, phenomenal reversal, complete reversal. If you understand that, it's your understanding. How can you imagine? How can you analyze? It's not just blank statement. It's analytical, super understanding statement. You think this case has made those Brahmins criminals. So they are criminals. They can go against law. They can speak lies. They can dissemination false, fake. What do you call such people? They are mentally terrorists. Mental terrorists they are. They think in a way terrorists think. And these people were called terrorists and all bad and bad. They have been given, they have been spiritual award, imaginary award, that they are real Bharatvasis. They are actually Brahmins. They are Brahmins now. You are not Brahmins, they are Brahmins. Because they did not do anything wrong with this religion. They are Islamic Brahmins as well. They are Vedic Brahmins. You are like criminal. You should be in jail. All those who did this. But no, you are not area of shame. You are saying Mandir wahi banayenge. Mandir is not a requirement. Requirement is sense. Requirement is character. You think Ram is happy? Never. Ram can never be happy on injustice. Ram is Ram, unparalleled, unequal. Ram doesn't believe in bad designs. Ram doesn't believe in fake news. Ram believes in truth. Ram believes in justice. Ram commands justice. Justice and justice, no injustice. So you can never be with Ram, and Ram can never be with you because you have done against Ram. Yes, you can construct physically, no problem. Physically, you can construct temple. It is material, it is concrete, it's brick, it's blocks, it's flooring, it's cement. You do that. But where is soul? Where is spiritual power? Your spiritual power has become septic. You cannot be called spiritually good. You are spiritually devil. Of course it is. Facts are speaking. I'm not speaking. Actually, now Krishna or Ram should come to comply by their statement. Yada yada hi dharmasya agrade bhavati Bharat. And those are three lines. Abhiyotthana dharmasya tadadam srijam yaham pratitaraya sadhanam vinashaya dushkritam dharma sanstapana arthaya sambhavami. This four stanza should be implemented now. Krishna or Ram should come and catch your hold and take you off. This is real time. Water has come up. It has gone here. You are sin. You are sinner. You are symbol of sin. You are symbol of sinner. Ram doesn't trust you. You think you are representative of Ram, but Ram doesn't trust you. He cannot trust people like you. He cannot trust people like you. You may say yourself. Say yourself. People's decision is saying, judgment is saying something else. You abused Ram. You spoke false about Ram. You challenged character of others. While your character was bad, your character was questionable. This is a big statement I am giving to all these people because either they were misled or they played for power everywhere. This is very bad, really. Very, very bad. Bharat is different country. Yes, we are tolerant. Indeed, we welcome everybody. It's also right. But Satyamev Jayate is principle of this country and not other country. Remember, truth always triumphs. Truth always prevails. We are Satyamev Jayate and you are not Satya. This is difference. You are not Satya because you are Jude. You are not depending upon truth. You depended on fakeism, or falsism, and wrong statements and design script, and that in the interest of wrong. You are at that level, faker. You are at that level, not at most level. So there is no character for you people. Yes, you enjoy a degree of place, use that. But is that enough? Is that right? And Muslims have been deprived of that. Okay, let them suffer. But where is end? You have to go there also, and they shall also go there. Of course, court did some error in that. Well, that's court's responsibility, not my responsibility. But you have been exposed, I'm just telling you that. There is no point located so far which can say that those people are our enemies. That point does not exist. Does not exist at all. It was all your story, your created chapters of storybook that these people did this and these people did that and these people did this and these people did that, which you failed to prove. So, who is responsible? You are responsible. Despite having degree of that land to build Ram temple, you have failed. And you know that. You know inside, from your inside, that we have been abused, we have been lamented by quoted criminals. You know it very well. And they were taking pride in this. We don't need such kind of politicians. You are our politicians now. We have such kind of political power people who are liars, who are criminals. And evidence is again there. 233 Lok Sabha MPs are having criminal background. What else proof do you need? Is that enough that we were misled, we were abused by these people, and we still rely on those people? We still rely on. And another problem with them is that this case is resolved now. What shall we say? Our Jammu and Kashmir issue has failed. Of course, that has failed. If it had not failed, they would have removed all those armies from there. But still, they know this has failed, and faith has been considered higher according to the judgment. Faith is higher. If I say, by faith says, I say, this land belongs to me, my father, my grandfather. The parliament land belongs to me, and I take oath of that by faith. And Supreme Court land belongs to me. If I take that of my land, I go to court. See, it is my faith. I believe that land belongs to me. Give me a decree that this land belongs to me and give me possession of this land. You can also do same because faith has been valued and law has been devalued. And that by our top court, our salutable court, constitutional top court. So means you have done that much, even judiciary has been swayed. What you? I don't blame judges. They are also human beings. They are not gods. They are out of us. They are from our society. Our advocates they are. Because without advocate you can't be judge. I don't blame anyone. But influence has been there. They thought of majority community of this nation and decided accordingly. That's it. So they did not decide based on logics, based on analysis, but based on majority community requirements in religion, so that they considered it would create peace in society, harmony in society. This is their contemplation. They can be right, they can be wrong. It will time. Time will tell us what is right, what is wrong. But it is really a big teacher. This case is judgment. This judgment is our professor for future. This is leading to many, many more complications. And thanks 1991 Parliament Act, which Narasimha Rao gazetted, that you cannot touch other religious places. And this is a hammer on heads of these people who are talking of, you say, this Mathura, who are talking of Kashi. They were just misleading, of course. They all will misled. They knew that Act exists, Parliament exists, that bars everything. That doesn't allow you even to file petition regarding those structures. You're just saying we'll think this, we'll take this and we'll take this in future. You are again misleading, and I didn't know about it. I have come to know that this is, and that is because of this case. So you may say this case has become a light source for those who wanted to know truth, and a dark source for those who created disbelief in society of our country. Those people have been exposed, and those who are maltreated have been cleansed. This is a greater. This is something else. Sometimes unknown happens. Sometimes it's a kind of part miracle. Nobody expected that. That whatever these people said, this building was demolished by constructor of that mosque. That has come untrue. 20 crore Muslims have been absolved of their responsibility. That, oh, you people did that. You people demolished my round temple and built your mosque. It was a big taunt on them. That is finished. Ram was abused, that is finished. They did that, they installed those, and they demolished this, that's also there. So all three bad marks have been transferred from Muslim head to this head. relocation of bad marks onto these people who are sitting in power. And they know this. They know it very well that there is no shopping commodity left now for politics. This was a commodity for them. Ram, 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 Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram. This was a commodity article they were selling in their shop, from their shop of politics. Ram Mandir, 370, and Uniform Civil Code. I know all these three items was their agenda and nothing else. And two agendas they have done. They failed in 370 without understanding they did that. Again, I am telling you, you read documents. I have put many times list of documents on other videos. I did not put today because I don't think that you might have gone through that. Many documents are there. These people did not know or did not understand, or they just think whatever they speak, public receive that, and what is documented, public fail to receive that. This is what they understand. They take people for granted, and people have done that. Our society has a deficiency that we do not want to rely on documents. We rely, of course, but we don't want to read them. We are very busy people in the whole world. Our youth, our people are very, very, very busy that they have no time to read documents because they are very successful in this world. They are better than America and they are better than England and they are better than everywhere else and they're advancing very high in this world. They don't have time. They have time for mobiles. They have time for videos. They have time for dancing. They have time for films. They have time for cricket. They have time for everything. But they don't have time to know truth, to know facts of this nation. That is the result. This weakness is used by these political scoundrels, and they are enjoying power because you are lazy. You are. If you read documents, you know facts, which you never like to read. Forget. Forget that you can be successful this way. You have to read documents. Also, in 370, they have damaged nation. They have earned advocacy from the whole world. And this Ram Mandir is, of course, well known now. Whole world knows what we have done, what our court has done, and what is the result. They are all laughing, enjoying, and shocked, of course. Only thing now left is, only point now left is of these three articles. One is Ram, one is 370, and one is Uniform Civil Code. The Uniform Civil Code for which is used law, they have four wives like this and that. You know what they have to tell me. Court says, I have decided based on faith. The court did not say that, but fact is that. The court assumed Ram was born there because there is no objection. Okay, assume. Means you assume based on faith. People think that Ram was there. People have a belief in that. So it is agreed because there is no objection. There is no rebut of that. There is no rebut of that. There is no, you can say, response of that from other party. But this means religion of faith has been granted higher marks than consideration of laws. So tomorrow I can say being a Muslim, I have right in faith, I have belief in faith, and my faith says I have right to have a wife. Who are you to say to me have one wife? You have to comply with my faith. I am complying with faith, and my faith is higher. Law is lower. My faith says I am Muslim, so I am Muslim first, and then I am a resident of this country. I am having Indian citizenship. That is second consideration for me. First, I am Muslim. Same thing. I am Hindu. Next nation is second. Is complete reversal of our understanding of this nation. This case has gone to, which is a negative point. I am Muslim first. Bharat is second for me. I am Christian first. Bharat is second for me. I am Sikh first. Guru Nanak first. Then this country. That kind of, you can say, theological consideration can overrule constitution. That is where danger exists. Just I joke with this Parliament House land is mine, my father owns this, and Supreme Court land is mine. You know my background. It's mine. I give you affidavit. I take a name of all that. This my father told me. This land no, I don't have any evidence. I have faith, and you trust my faith. Of course, it's a joke. I know, but just imagine Where has this decision taken to? This judgment has taken to? It's a question or no question? You tell me that. They had these 3 points. They have damaged your Jammu and Kashmir. Jammu and Kashmir, in fact, doesn't exist now. In humanity, in spirituality, you have suppressed those people. It's now nearly 100 days, 98 days or whatsoever. Now, means you have beheaded them virtually, spiritually, physically, they are there, but mind-wise, they are not there. Conscious-wise, they are not there. They have been considered worse than dogs, worse than animals. Is it not a failure? A government, a nation is afraid of them. They are keeping 9 lakh military there. It's a militarized state, it's a militarized city. Militarized city. Can you keep people under militarization for 100 days? We have done it. We have flag. We are such high profile tormenting country. We can torment our all citizens of one state under military for 100 days, and I don't know for how many days more will do it. What a great achievement. Your own people are your virtual prisoners, your own people who voted to you or didn't vote to you, who are sitting up your country, and you can oppress them under military. What else can you say? What a great achievement. Really? Surprised? You don't trust your people, you trust military there. What's purpose? I don't understand what sort of government is this. What sort of prime minister is this? And what sort of president is this? And what sort of SC is this? All these 3 powerful points, prime minister, president, and SC, they are sleeping. Why? You don't have unity. One side you are talking of Rama, you don't have unity. Ram did that. Did he ask you to do that? Who asked you to do that? If Ram had been there in parliament, would he allow all this? Strange. Whom should we blame? And public? Great public. Public is worryless, no problems, let them die, let them suffer. They are Muslims, they did this and did that, let them go to hell. This is a public statement. Uh, This is it is implied statement, implication, meaningful statement. Hell with them, finish. They are terrorists, they are Attakwadis, they are Pakistanis. What we think, what we think. We claim to be Vishgurus in 3 4 years. According to RSS, will be Vishguru by 2025. Your treatment is like Vish animals. You are wild animals, are you? What should I say? I don't understand. What sort of people we are? Having so many crores, educated people, and we are now acting like this. Just like a doctor in Bangalore, a dog was barking, barking, and barking, and that doctor was very upset with that. He came out to shoot at the dog. Same thing we are doing. Is this? Yes, we are listening to now. A Bangalore doctor knows. He was very angry with the dog, very angry. Paw, 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 paw. And shoot the dog. He did right or not right. I am not saying that. I'm just giving an example. This is our character. We want to make this world leader, world teacher. No, we are. What happened to us? Again, I say, we are a very good nation. But people have done bad. We are a very cheerful nation. But people have been sad. We are leader in world, but people have become useless. We did a lot to contribute to development whole world. Go to Gulf, go to Middle East, go to many other countries. Our contribution is there. Physical contribution, moral contribution, spiritual contribution, knowledge contribution. Lot is there. Because we have some stamina, that's why we did. Of course, everybody goes for money. I'm not talking of money. I'm talking about when you reach somewhere. Suppose I worked in Iraq, say, for 2 years, or worked in Libya for 2 years, I worked in some country for six years. You, of course, have certain affinity to that society, to that type of culture, because all are human beings. You have to, if you hate them, you can't exist them, can't exist there. Because after all, world is for everyone. Yes, there is visa restriction, but the world is yours. You came to this world, and that's a part of world. So we could do for them so much. Why we have failed for ourselves? We have to consider this, and we don't consider this means we are at mistake. We have committing mistakes. We have committed mistakes, of course. And struggle is a must. What is happening today? There is a lack of struggle. Lack of struggle. We people have lost to do. We people forgot what is struggle. Only very poor people are struggling, or those people who have certain aim in life, they are struggling. Otherwise, all are enjoying. All are thoughtless. All are not serious. Of course, system has changed. Companies are giving good salaries. So people have no problem for food. Those who are getting jobs, and those who don't have job, they have problems and problems and problems. Their problems were avoided because of Ram Mandir, because of this and because of that. And those problems are considered offense. First think of Ram Mandir, or first think of the 370, or first think of Uniform Civil Code, or first think of Pakistan, and first think of Ayodhya, and first think of this and first think of that. Then come on, when we solve this problem, we'll talk to you. And our youth is convinced with that. That is a problem. Our youth has no knowledge of history. Our youth has no knowledge of our faith. Our youth has no general knowledge of constitution. And that is a, you can say, point where you fail. We don't understand anything, and just we want to live for food, for house, and for clothes, and for cars, and for all bungalow, etc. That is our ambition. And when we were young, I was young, too young at that time, this was not your ambition. Your ambition was you have to study, you have to become some person, some higher, you have to go up and have have respect, have honor, so that your name gives honor to our name, means my parent name or their name. That was a different kind of mission. You have to be an engineer, you have to be a doctor, you have to be chartered accountant, you have to be a judge, you have to be an advocate, you have to be whatever you